welcome or welcome back. So for today's video, I'm terribly nervous for this, but I thought I would do a reading vlog, reading Alchemised by, I don't know how you say Senlin Yu, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Hopefully that's somewhat correct. I apologise if it's not. But yeah, we're going to be reading this big book. This is the only book we're going to be reading. Normally when I do other reading vlogs, I'll do a few and I'll have just sort of do like a mood reading or like a set vlog. But this is such a big book and I feel like it is so highly spoken about at the minute on Book Talk and like BookTube as a whole, that it deserves its whole own reading vlog, because this is a big book. This is over 1,000 pages. It will be the biggest book I've ever read. So that makes me nervous but excited, and for that reason I have got it on my Kindle and I will be reading it on my Kindle and the physical book, because this is heavy and trying to sit comfortably reading this, it's just not really going to happen. So I did also get it on my Kindle. Also, this is the Fairy Loot edition, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'll quickly show you the naked hardcover as well, because it is just gorgeous, and it is actually signed as well, which is incredible. So I feel like this is going to become one of my prized possessions. I feel very, very grateful and lucky to possess this book. So all of that to say, that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go through thoughts and opinions. I'll try to get some reactions, and I just wanted to go a deep dive and talk about this book because I have high expectations. I'm really excited. I'm nervous. I really hope I have a good experience with it. I'm sure I will, based on everyone else's opinions that I've seen online. I feel like everyone is loving it. So hopefully I will be one of the people that love it as well. So that's kind of everything. I will catch up with you once I've actually read some of the book and go through my thoughts and opinions as we go. Okay, so I thought I would do a quick update because I actually realised I don't think I've updated at all, and I'm currently on page 185, so I've read this much of the book. I think I am also reading it on my Kindle because obviously this book is huge, so I'm 19% through. It says I have literally 20 hours on the dot left of this book, so we're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. I don't want to say anything that's spoilery. If I do, I feel like there might be parts where I do want to discuss it, so I will put something on the screen, either like an emoji or a time period or something where you'll know to skip. But this is going to be spoiler free. So obviously I'm only 20% in. Oh my god, guys, I'm really, really enjoying this. You know when you find a book and it doesn't feel like you're reading? That is exactly how I feel in this, which is crazy because it is very world building. This is very heavy world building currently, and I will say the first probably 3 chapters I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, it took me, I think one of the chapters was like 25 pages, and normally I read about a page a minute, so I was like, okay, normal book, maybe it would take me maybe 27 minutes just to give myself a little bit of leeway. it was on my Kindle saying like 45 minutes. That's how slow I was having to like read everything, because I do not want to miss anything in this. I feel like there's a reason this book is this big. There is a reason the world building is as intense as it is, and I do not want to go into it not understanding anything or not comprehending. I will say there are bits where I was like, okay, guessing that'll come up later because it's explained, but like there's some doors left open, if that makes sense. So there were parts where I was like, but I have reread a lot of it. Like as I would finish the page, I'd be like, wait a damn minute, let's go back. But I'm really, really enjoying it, and I just got to a very, I want to try to figure out how to word it, like a key plot point, I guess I'd say, like something's like been revealed, and I don't know if I want to say or not. Okay, I will say in a minute, and I'll put the emoji. So this is all no spoiler. When the emoji pops up, I'll give a warning before. But what I will say is, I'm chapter 14. I'm on page, what did I say? Page, bear with. I'm on page 185, and I want to get to page 158 before I go to bed. So I need to read this much still. I'm scared. Oh, the reason is because I want to get to part 2. I want to get to part 2 before I go to bed, so that tomorrow I can go into a fresh part of the book and have part 1 completed, which would be a very big accomplishment. But I will say I'm out all day tomorrow. I'm in London for a friend's birthday, so I actually probably won't read anything. I might read a bit on the train, but again, I feel like you need to be really, really focused when you're reading this book, and I don't want to risk reading it and not getting the full experience because I'm not paying much attention. So anyway, the spoiler bit I want to talk about. So here's your warning, please skip until you don't see. I'm going to put a little emoji somewhere. What emoji should we put? Let's put the red heart, because in the cover she's wearing a red coat. So until you don't see the red heart, just skip this bit if you haven't read it. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. Have we all left? Anyone? Okay. I'm hoping you've left if you haven't read it. If you don't care to read it, I guess that's fine too, but whatever. So I'm not going to go too big into spoilers, but obviously this was a like Harry Potter fan fiction, so I've kind of been picking out like where I can tell which characters are who based on Harry Potter, which has been fun. But let me say I've highlighted a fair bit, but I'm only going to do one specific bit, I think. I will say you can also see the tension between her and, is it Farron or Farron? Farron. Like her and Farron, I'm like, oh, there's definitely some tension there. I know this is not a romance, but I can see like inklings. Anyway, what I was going to say is, let me actually get my freaking words out. But chapter 13, when she goes and meets Morrow, I think that's how you say it, like the high guy that Farron and like everyone else works underneath, like the opposing side to the whole war kind of thing. I don't know if I think he's the high necromancer or something, I can't remember. There's a lot of words, there's a lot of people, but she's met him, and obviously he's freaky as hell. His throne is like all of these dead people, and they all move, and he goes to like try get into her memories and obviously try to secure them, because Farron, I keep saying Farron has obviously had no success currently getting into like the nitty gritty of her memory. And then it obviously becomes clear, he said she's an anti-mancer, so she's the one who can go in and change people's memories and like all that kind of stuff, and she's done it to herself. So that was all like, okay. I didn't know if it was her. I had an inkling. I either thought it was her or it was obviously someone else. I didn't know who. But yeah, by the sounds of it, it was her. She has done it to herself. And then it's basically what I wanted to say was the very end of that chapter. It says the undying... Oh, sorry. So basically, obviously we know... Who is it? This is right around when... Is it Mole? I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the undead that gets assassinated. Mandel, that's it. So obviously Mandel's just been killed, and she's now talking to Farron, and she's like, oh, talking about like what she thinks is the situation, and what, like, not what she's remembered, but what she's pieced together. And she's basically said, at the end of this chapter, it just ends so well. She basically says, it's the undying. You're the source of you're his source of power and the resistance. We figured that out, didn't we? How to kill him, how to kill all of you. So she's basically saying, obviously, that the resistance figured it all out, and obviously now they're all dead, but she's alive, and she knows, somewhere locked in that little pretty brain of hers, she knows how to do it, and she's got the answers, and that's why he's so scared. And in that chapter, obviously before, she's saying to him like, oh, you're aware that the Undying are dying, like you're the one covering it up. So I'm assuming she's saying it in a sense of like, you know, he needs the Undying to survive, so you're helping kill them off to keep him alive, and that's what the Resistance found out. I'm just loving this. I literally have not read a fantasy book like this in a while. I just wanted to come back into the spoiler-free bit. This is actually from a bit later on, but when I was saying, oh, they're killing the Undying to keep him alive, I was wrong, because literally in the next chapter it says, hold on, she says to him, she was telling him that Morrow was dying, that killing the Undying somehow hurt him. So I was wrong. Killing the Undying actually is hurting Morrow. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in because in that last, oh sorry, I had a hiccup. In that last spoiler clip, oh my god, my brain. I was like, oh, whatever, that was my guess, I was wrong. So, just want to clarify that. Anyway, I will catch you in the next update. Right, that's the spoiler bit done. Okay, the spoiler bit's done, but just want to say, yeah, I'm loving this. It's unlike any fantasy I've read, and I feel so immersed. Like, you know, I feel like there's such a difference. You can read, and then there's like immersive reading. I know immersive reading is technically when you listen and read at the same time, but like, there's been a lot of books recently I've read. I say a lot. There's been a few that I've read recently, and I'm just very aware of the fact that I'm reading. Like, I'm still having a good time, I'm enjoying it, but I'm aware that I'm reading. Whereas this, I'm immersed. Like, I'm so immersed in the story, I'm so wrapped up in it. When I'm reading, it just, time flies. Like, it doesn't even feel like I'm reading. That's why I'm having such a fun time. I mean, I only started this, I actually technically started it last night, but I read like one chapter, so I'm already 185 pages, and I'm gonna take basically just for ease, so I started it today. So yeah, I feel like we've done it very well. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, I thought I'd give an update because I feel like I haven't said anything, and now that I'm about 20% in, I thought I probably should. Anyway, it is now 9 PM, so my trusty Kindle stand has come out because I've been sat in bed like reading like this pretty much most of my evening, but I'm now getting like, sometimes my back hurts when I sit like this, so I'm gonna now go on my side. So I've got my trusty little Kindle stand, so I'm gonna pop this up, and yeah, I try get to part 2, which I'm scared. I feel like everyone says part 2. I think, oh, the whole of it is dark. Definitely check your trigger warnings. I haven't got to the darkest parts of this yet, so I don't really know how it's going to go, but I will say it's definitely a darker fantasy. I've read quite a lot of dark fantasy. I've read quite a lot of dark romance with quite awful topics, to be honest, so I don't know how badly I don't know how it will affect me or how I will do it. I mean, I might cry a little bit, but I generally generally don't get triggered by things when I'm reading, so, which is very lucky. But check your trigger warnings because it is not a light read, and I know it's definitely probably just going to get worse from here for me. But honestly, so far, all I would say is incredible writing, incredible story. It's very world building, but it is so good. It's immersive. You just feel like you're flying through it. I feel like I'm in the world. I'm with them. I'm literally by Helena's side right now. Everything's just going through. I'm like, yeah, I get it, girl. Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. She's also a very, very strong female main character. Like, I love her as a person, and I think she's just brilliant. So yeah, that is everything, because I could ramble on, but I'm not gonna. So I will let you know my thoughts maybe after I finish part 1, which will hopefully be at some point this evening because I don't want to go to bed too late and it's already 9 PM. So hopefully within the next hour or so I will be at part 2, and yeah, we can go from there. But I am scared. I've seen a lot of people crying through this, so we'll just take it as it comes. Hello everyone, so I thought I would do another quick update on Alchemised. Oh, by the way, I just filmed the intro, so I look the exact same because I filmed the intro a bit later on. But we are now in part 2. I'm on page chapter 26, so I've read about 2 chapters I think into part 2, and as I said, this is the part where we're finding out the memories that have been suppressed and hidden within Helena's mind. This part is so, I don't know what just happened. I feel like something just weird happened with my TV. Sorry, please ignore that. But this is so good. Like, oh my god, I'm absolutely eating it up. There's not been a change in opinion. I feel like the pacing's done so well for such a big book. How many pages am I? I'm 309 pages in, but it feels like I've probably read 100. And for a book of that size, I feel like that says a lot, because I was worried. I'd feel like, oh my god, I'm making no progress. I think I'm about 30% in currently. And obviously I have a lot to go. But I feel like I've only been reading this for... When did I start this? Friday. It's now Sunday, so like 3 days I've been reading this. And to be 300 pages in, I was out all day yesterday, so I actually didn't read anything. I feel like that's quite an achievement, and I feel like that says a lot about this book, because I just want to know. Like, I want to know everything. There are things that have been revealed, there's things that have been happening, and I just want to know. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and I'm so excited to read on. It's now Sunday, and I don't really have much planned. I want to film a different video at some point today, and then I have a few thumbnail things to edit and a few other bits and bobs, but as a whole I'm pretty much just chilling. So I do plan to hopefully binge this. I was looking to see how far it was from part 2 to part 3, but part 3 starts at like, I think it's 800 pages. So I've got a while in part 2. I'm scared, I'm excited, I have no idea what's going to happen, but I actually have I have nothing bad to say about this book. There is nothing I've had issue with, there's nothing that's come up that I'm like, ooh, everything I have enjoyed. So it has been very good. Also, I just want to say something a bit spoilery. So I will be putting the heart back up. So as per like in the previous clips, when the little red heart comes up, if you don't want any spoilers, please skip to the point where that red heart is disappeared, and that just covers you, because I do not want to ruin anyone's experience. So I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to give you a minute. If you don't want to hear, please skip to when the red heart is gone. And if you do want to hear, one sec. I'm just going to wait. I don't want to risk anyone accidentally hearing a spoiler. Okay, so in chapter 23, which is, I believe, the second chapter after part 2. So we're obviously going through Helena's memories and finding out what happened during the war, in that period where she's obviously blocked all her own memories of it. And something very interesting happened, which I kind of thought might happen, but I wasn't 100% sure. But it basically was revealed that Ferren had offered to be a spy for the resistance during the war. So there's a point in the memory chapters where she basically finds out he has come forward and said, in exchange for her, so he said he wants you both now and after the war. That was basically his deal. He said, if you give me Helena now and after the war, I will be a spy for the resistance. And I was just like, I kind of had a feeling, I was like, oh, I feel like maybe he, based on what's happened in like this part 1, I feel like you could tell there were certain points where his loyalty, I was like, I'm not too sure if his loyalty is with the resistance or it's with, I can't think of the side that he was technically on. I know the Eternal Flame was like the resistance side, but I can't remember the side that was like opposing. I can't think of the name of them, but I had a feeling his loyalty was kind of not quite as black and white as it seemed. So yeah, it does say in there that he basically has agreed. So that's sort of where I'm at. They've had their first meeting since that arrangement, and she's met up with him, and he basically says he'll help her, and they're like agreeing which days they'll see, and then they kiss, and it's just like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I don't know what else is going to happen. I feel like there's definitely going to be a bit of, you know, when you're just like, I don't trust anyone. Like, I don't trust him 100%. But she is also basically been told, because she's obviously an anti-mancer. So because she can, I don't know if it's manipulate emotions as such. Hold on, let me just check the terminology for anti-mancer, because I really don't want to get this wrong. So she's an antimancer, which is a rare kind of resonance that allows someone to examine and alter memories and emotions. So because she's an antimancer, she can obviously manipulate people's emotions and sort of that kind of thing. So she's been sent in whilst they have these meetings, to also manipulate him and his emotions to become obsessed with her, so that like he has a weakness and it will become her, because they're not too sure why he said I want her now and after the war. We haven't had that revealed yet, but we know that she's kind of working for her side in the resistance to try and like manipulate him into making up, like becoming obsessed with her, and he's obviously using her because he basically said if he helps spy for them, he wants all of his like anti-crime, like the crimes he's committed throughout the war to be wiped, to be cleared of. So hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm not the best to explain this kind of thing, especially because I've not read much of, like, I'm only 30% through the book, so a lot could change, but that's kind of where we are now. As for things I think that might happen, I have no idea, but that is the end of the spoiler bit. So spoilers aside, as I said, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to try read a fair bit today, so I'll try film some footage of that and, you know, keep you updated on my thoughts and opinions. But yeah, as a whole, all I can say is thoroughly enjoying it. Do a quick update because I actually haven't updated probably in the last, like, I can't remember, maybe 30% or so, but I'm now on page 764. This is all we have left, which terrifies me, and I've nearly finished part 1. I'm currently on part 2, sorry. I'm currently on the second to last chapter before we enter part 3, so this is what I've got to read until part 3, and I've been told I need to reread the prologue after finishing part 2 for extreme emotional damage. So I'm nervous and I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like the next 2 chapters are about to be crazy and I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself. So it's currently 10 to 8. We're now on Wednesday, so I've been reading this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's 6 days I've been reading this. So I'm nervous and I feel like I might be able to finish this tomorrow with the rate we're going, or at least definitely by Friday. So we will see how I am feeling mentally once this is over, but I have nothing else to do this evening other than read, and I have a little peppermint tea here, so I'm going to let this cool down because I literally just made it, and yeah, read this and I'll keep you updated how it goes, and we will see how emotionally damaged I am after finishing part 2. Guys, this chapter just gets crazier and crazier. Like, what the hell? Oh my god guys, I thought that was chapter 64, it wasn't, it was 63. So I'm like, I'm literally gonna cry. I'm scared. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm gonna get through this, hopefully. Can I just say something that I thought might happen, or might have happened, has happened. So I'm actually feeling quite proud of myself that I actually got something right, because I feel like I've got nothing else right in this book. I'm not gonna say what it is. I might say in the spoiler bit, but this bit is spoiler free. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. I just finished part 2 and I've been crying because, oh my god, I just finished part 2, oh my god, and then reread this prologue, which is literally just that page. Oh, and my heart and soul has been crushed, and I don't know how I'm gonna handle part 3, and I'm scared. I don't know whether I want to start it right away. I feel like I need to, but I'm also scared. Oh my god, this book is a literal masterpiece. So it is now Thursday and I'm currently on chapter 76. I've got an hour and 12 minutes left of Alchemised and I'm so scared, but I'm so excited. This book has been an absolute whirlwind and I only have 4 chapters, 3 chapters in the epilogue, so four chapters I'll say left. I don't know how I'm going to feel after this, but yeah, we're going to do it and I will let you know my thoughts and opinions once I finish this, preparing myself for heartbreak. So I have now officially finished Alchemised, which I actually can't believe I'm saying that. It has taken me a week to finish this and I'm glad I took my time. I feel like I could have probably done it a little bit quicker, but I'm glad I took time to just fully digest everything because this is a heavy book and this is not a romance. I would not market it as a romance. There is a romance within, but this is mainly about a war that is horrific and realising that both sides, no side is right, and it is very interesting. I feel like it's very relevant to what is happening in the world right now, so I would definitely urge you to pick this book up because the themes it explores, the grief, the like there's a lot of dark things. I'm actually not going to go listing them just in case anyone wants to go in blind. It's a lot, but it is the best journey and it is written so well. I honestly don't think I've read another book like this, and as it comes to ratings, this is a 6-star for me, which I think this is the first 6-star I've had all year, and it is the first I haven't had anything over 5 stars since July. So no, sorry, I haven't had anything over like 4.5 stars since July. So I was dying for a book that would immerse me to the point that I forget I'm reading, that these characters feel real, that everything would just kind of be put on pause to read this, and that's exactly what this book did. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. I've had the best time. I'm kind of in mourning right now. I have no idea where I'm going to go, what to read next, how to even process this book. I've cried so many times. I've felt so angry and upset for these characters. It's just been such a roller coaster. So thank you so much for watching and let me know if you plan to pick this up or if you've read it, because if any of you are like, oh god, it's so big, trust me, you don't realise the size of it when you're reading it. Like every time I read it I felt like it was just amazing. But yeah, please, please, please read it. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and hopefully I will see you again in the next one.